The law is for the lawless. So where do you go when the law are the ones breaking the law?
Exactly.
In PA, we have nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
Federal, we need someone on the federal level to come in and clean house.
Yes.
I once watched a young black man who got held over for trial. He was the passenger in the car driving for media. They got stopped. And when the officer testified, he said he had a cell phone and he had about $700. And then he said he must have just sold the drugs. And the district magistrate held him over in media for trial. Now you got to pay an attorney to prove that, you know what?
Yeah.
I had money in a phone. But they said you must have just sold the drugs. That's good enough, isn't it? That's good enough here in Delaware County. They don't need anything. A district magistrate, I asked her what are the stats in her courtroom. She wrote back that the Commonwealth, you know, we lean towards the Commonwealth, and the district magistrates just have to decide, did the person more than likely do the crime?
So people are being falsely convicted.
Yes. And then you'll sit in jail. If you want a trial, you'll sit there for 2 years before you get your court date. So then they'll keep coming to you with a plea. They won't lower your bail.
Wow.
So your family can't pay the bail.
So then you have no choice but to
either take
say
their
you're
plea,
guilty.
Either take their plea or you wait for your day. No one has said anything against them. Me, I'm sick of it. I'm like, no.
Hey, hear me out there. We're here today to call attention to the discrimination that happens inside of this courthouse. Now, the discrimination is broad. It covers a wide gamut of who it affects. It could be any ethnicity, gender, your religion. It's not just about race.
They'll try any type of intimidation, you know, even with right now, send 6 sheriffs to my house. And then, you know, my husband's at the door. Once I say something, they go, oh, it's just child support. If it's just child support, why is my house surrounded by 6 armed sheriffs and a police officer? And if they know they're...
Because you're black.
And if they know their warrant, right? I guess, yeah, so I'm black, so what? I'm black, I have sons, what, we gonna come out there, you know? No. If they know their warrant, if it's a body warrant, if they're looking for a person, you can't go on my property. You can't go in my yard. No one's running through their yard in order for you to chase them. You come, you knock, is the person here? No, you leave. You're not allowed on my personal property of my home. I've had them come to my house with search warrants, but were false search warrants. Just open up a piece of paper and close it while I'm outside cutting my grass. And then tell me, because I said I didn't see anything, if I want to see it, come up here and see it while he's trying to open my door. I keep my door locked. He didn't identify himself. It was 2 men. No name tag, no anything. I know the law. The law is if you have a search warrant, you come with 2 copies. One for you and one to give to the person of the home in which you're searching. For me to read it. But it wasn't. It was their attempt at illegally gaining entrance to my home.
And inside of this building, with those that we have elected, those who get paid by our tax dollars, who work for us, this is a building of injustice. I myself have been threatened with physical violence by James J. Wright and ADA. My 84-year-old mother has been threatened with imprisonment because they didn't like a private conversation by Judge Scanlon, Judge Capuzzi. How many people come through these doors and don't know their rights or are afraid or they don't know what to do? They hide behind robes. They may as well put them over top of their heads if you're going to act the same. We are human beings. We have human rights, civil rights. And it's time for this to end. Because being a judge is your job. It doesn't make you God.
I have been fighting and battling and helping people for 25 years, being a consumer advocate in this building. And it's enough.
So they're not following the guidelines?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. I
Right.
filed all proper complaints, be it local, civil, to our now governor when he was AG, to him, to the board of judges, the board of those who govern attorneys, and they all say there's nothing that they can do. There's nothing that they can do.
So this is what we're left to do, is to protest.
Correct.
Oh, right.
So we need help outside of Pennsylvania because Pennsylvania has already proven that they are not willing to help.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Morgan.
Thank you. Judge Love, she ruled against the defendant and said because he didn't show up. Right. Of course he did. I drove him here. Right. I was thrown out of the courtroom that day. I stood out there and did a live video that has a time and date stamp. Right. But we are people. Right. Every right that we have, human rights, civil rights.
And when you sat there put in your complaints with the Bar Association and the judicial, you didn't hear no response from that either?
I did,
okay.
But they did, they'll say either they didn't find anything in their investigation or even with the physical violence, being threatened to be punched in the face by the ADA. Okay. The district magistrate then here in media, she helped me, she filled out the complaint because when I asked for help, the sheriffs in there, they stood there and they watched, they did nothing. I had to dial 911 for the police to come. Okay. Then they came out to help. Right. They took the report for me, the complaint, they filled it out as if I was the aggressor towards him. And then they escorted me off.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
My name is Sheila Armstrong, and I am a parent advocate and also one of the plaintiffs on the William Penn School District versus the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I am here today to speak on the importance of education, the importance of educating on the laws that you're working with, the importance of getting educated on the people that you are dealing with, recognizing that you have to do your own research in the times that we are in. Everybody is playing us on social media, on the radio, television shows. What I tell you is to do your own research. Educate yourself on the laws that govern yourself. Make sure you educate yourself on the people that you are working with. All right, know your rights. And once you know your rights, it's easier to fight for your rights. You are not alone. This is a statewide movement, okay? A movement to say that we the people are the government. This is a movement to sit there and say that our freedom is being attacked.
The problem is, for over 25 years, we all have been fighting our individual fights. It's time to come together as one, because together we are stronger. We are better. We will have more of an impact. It's been going on, or at least 3 generations in my family have been threatened by a judge inside of this place. I have grandchildren. They will not endure that. And it's time, now is the time. I don't pay, you don't pay, to be treated any kind of way. And it doesn't matter who you are or where you are.
Pay their salary.
Yes.
Remember that. You hold the power.
Yes.
Because your taxes pay their salary.
Yes.
Always remember that. That's why we the people fight.
Yes, we the people, which is all people.
Yup.
All people.